Number 3. So we can see afar off, and we are persuaded by it. And embraced them, it said. So they could see, they could understand, and they were persuaded to believe it, and so they embraced it. I like this one. When I looked into the definitions, that first one really got me. To draw to one's self. Embrace, to draw to oneself. A journey was retarded. That was part of a sentence in the description. But what that's talking about, for example, church is out, right? And you're trying to get out and go home. Well, some of us try, most of us don't, but we just kind of linger. But you're en route to that doorway, and then all of a sudden you meet one of the saints of God. What do? You stop, turn, and embrace. Your forward motion was paused to embrace. And that's what happens with the promises of God. Once you're persuaded by it, you're going to stop and you're going to dwell on that thing. You're going to bring it close to you and you're going to embrace it. You're going to hold it tight. You're not going to let it go because it becomes important to you. Embrace. Webster says of embrace, it implies a ready or happy acceptance. Some things you just hold at arm's length. But to accept happily is embracing. And so these people had faith because they believed, they could see it, they were persuaded by it, and they embraced it. Then what happens? And it goes on to say, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. Now, what does that mean? They were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. They knew whose they were. They knew they were of God. They knew that God was their Father. They were here sojourning on the earth. They're here for a brief stay, but they had a heavenly. This was what they could see. They had a heavenly dwelling down the road. It said they had not received it, but they could see it. So they confessed, this ain't my home. I'm not going to be here always. Yes, I got some hard times right now. And we can relate to that. We're in an economic difficulty. But in the long term of things, I could dare to say it doesn't matter. Yeah, it hurts right now. But eternally, it doesn't matter. Because eternally, I've got a home waiting for me. Because Jesus has made provision. And he's giving me now the ability to stand firm and to confess. So what does to confess mean? To say the same thing as another, i.e. to agree. So if God has said it, if God has said, I will have a home in heaven with him one day, I can say that, can't I? If God has says, I'm victorious through his son Jesus Christ, I can say that. I'm victorious. If God has said, as Sammy had said in the prayer time this morning, I am the healed, I can say that. Even though my flesh is not agreeing with it, but my heart and my mind and my mouth is agreeing. I can confess that. I can profess it, which means to declare openly, speak out freely. Devil can't stop me from saying it. You can't stop me from saying it. Nobody can stop me from saying it.